Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Magic: The Gathering Arena. At the time of this recording, Throne of Eldraine no longer available for draft. So too bad, so sad. But we have Arena Cube. Should be fun. I had a lot of fun with the last Chromatic Cube, finally getting to know like some of the archetypes and know good cards from bad ones. This is a different cube that rewards. It's less tuned towards super slow, splashy, flashy decks. So I will recognize many of the cards, but my experience from Chromatic Cube doesn't all carry over. But I'm feeling more comfortable than some of my past cube attempts. We'll see how long that lasts. Okay, you know what? Let's just do this for now. Brazen Borrower, okay, known to be pretty strong. Rank. Oh my god, I forgot all the cards are fucking insane. I knew that would be the case, but I'm looking at them and I'm like, man, these are all nuts. Oh, is this one any good? Yeah, it's alright. But I wouldn't first pick it. Iganjo is just like some ramp. That's kind of cool. Brazen Borrower is such a nuisance, right? But I think it. I kind of want to take Restoration of Iganjo to just like get some ramp stuff. Tap an untapped creature you control. Oh, right, yes, this is Escalate, sure. So it does a bunch of different things. There's this collective, there's a cycle of collective cards. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like you could even take Boseiju maybe? Probably not. Brazen Borrower, I mean, nobody likes this card. Nobody likes to play against this card. But I'm just going to take Iganjo here. I don't know. Inferno Titan, 6 mana, 6/6 with fire breathing. That damages stuff on the way in. Okay. What the hell is this? Okay, whatever. I'm not going to read that. Absorb Energy is a counter spell that. Oh, it's an alchemy counter spell. Wow, okay. The Birth of Malik. I don't even know what the different decks are trying to do here. I see Ephemerate. It makes me think there could be a Flicker plan. It's not exactly the flashiest thing. The Birth of Meletus, I mean, I don't know. White might like tokens. I mean, this is, I don't know. This is like a super control card, right? Blue-white control would want this. Inquisition of Kozilek, kind of crazy. Maybe. It's a good card. What is this? A 1 mana, 1/2. The 6 mana Lily, Wormcoil Engine. This thing like takes permanence. Okay, that's cool. Board clears are exciting. Lotus Cobra has some cool ramp. What is this? 3 mana. Oh, this guy's just so good. 1 mana, 1/2. So I don't know. We don't exactly have a plan yet. We're just taking white cards, but so far, like, I don't know. We have some white cards. I guess I can say that much. I'll take Ugin. Who's ever been sad to have Ugin in the deck, right? I don't know. What is Blue Sun's Twilight? Take something, and if you pay enough, copy it. Sure. Rona, also pretty scary stuff, but I don't know. Like, I'm not married to white or anything. I did take 3 white cards, but I see here no white cards, making me a little nervous about that. But I think it's Ugin just fixing anything. I'm happy to take it.
Designs of an elder dragon.
Oh, Valky, probably too slow. Settle the Wreckage, actually kind of great. If we were playing a control-y sort of thing, which with a bunch of ramp, but I think we could be. The land. Mardu land, I guess. Maze Mine Tome is cool, but I like Settle the Wreckage for what we've got so far. Elspeth? Okay, sure, it's possible. Charming Prince has this flicker thing. We could just take like a Crawling Barrens. Chromehost Sea Shark is fun. There's kind of a lot of green. I don't know. I'm just going to keep taking white cards and like see what happens. What is Gutter Bones? 1 mana 2/1 enters tapped. Returns to your hand for 2 mana. Yeah, I don't know. We seem to be building kind of a slowish white deck. This card is nuts. And we've seen some decent blue go by. Reflector Mage is okay, but I think I'm going to take the Epiphany. Maybe blue is where we're supposed to be. Surge Engine, 2 mana. Oh, this guy's such a damn nuisance. Or at least it is in draft. It might be too expensive in cube. I'm not sure how fast the format is. Spell Pierce, probably not good even in... I mean, it's not good in limited. It's probably not good in cube either, but... Sure. So this becomes an unblockable, really annoying dude that draws you cards. I'll take it. Ulamog Wield, which, fine, I don't really want it. Fairy Master... I'll take a Dismiss. For building Azorius Control, maybe? Three mana counter, okay. Hard Evidence is pretty cool too. Right, it's draw and it's a blocker. Or it's a blocker that's a cantrip, kind of, right? But Absorb Energy, I don't know. Counter spells are pretty good if you're trying to play control. Which it seems we might be. Well, I don't think I'm going to be running Field of the Dead, so let's take this. It's a cycling land. Maybe we want to splash green. But more importantly, it's just like a tap land that cycles. These are both pretty decent blue cards. I think I need something a little earlier. Because Rona's good early and late. You can play it early and then like get value out of it late. This is Mardu, as I recall. Yeah. But it's still a land that could cycle. You wouldn't want to do it for 3. Like, I don't think I would run this if I don't splash any red or black. Cycling 3 is not that big an advantage for making it a tap land. What is Kefnet? 4-mana 4/5 flyer. When you reveal... Okay. If you top deck an instant or sorcery, it's cheaper. And was there some other benefit? Well, when it dies, you can put it back in your library. Okay. 5 mana. Okay, so the Serra Angel with Flash, which gives all your shit indestructible. And it transforms into a 6/6. Huh, okay. That's interesting. Invasion of Gobakhan, 2 mana battle. Kind of spellbinds them, and then you... I don't think I want that very much. What colors is this? Nothing good. Narset. If we could get some combo where we like make opponent discard and draw 7, like they call that a wheel, right? That would be cool. We could take Lurrus. I don't really have a ton of cheap stuff though. I think this Archangel is fine. There's Yorion, but we don't really have any flicker stuff. Do we? Not really. Time Warp? I don't think that's something you're supposed to draft. Approach of the Second Sun, a good win condition for the deck, maybe? Or just a Cave of the Frost Dragon to have a... they call these, what, manland, right? A land that can turn into a creature. I think I'll take Approach. What is this? A 1-mana 2/1 that can make something else indestructible temporarily. Is this different art? I feel like I've seen Dauntless Bodyguard with different art. Probably not. Yeah, I'll take an Approach. I think Jin-Gitaxias might be a little too optimistic. Just actual Wrath of God, huh? A colorless invasion? I didn't know they printed any of those. Esper Sentinel, very good, obviously. I don't think we need Jin-Gitaxias. I think I want a Wrath of God. Lyra Dawnbringer. Okay, so it's 5-mana, 5/5 flyer with first strike and lifelink. Kind of tough to deal with, maybe. Alternatively, there's Search for Azcanta. Makes sense for... Oh, Ossification is such an annoying removal spell. This makes sense for ramp. Maybe we could get lucky and wheel this? Nobody seemed to be drafting blue in the last pack, right? I don't think I need another big angel. I think I just want some removal. A land would be great. Blink of an Eye would be fine. The Modern Age is really good. This, like... return creature and opponent controls with power less. So it bounces something, and you conjure a duplicate of it. I don't think I want that over, like, the Modern Age or a land. We have plenty of spells, right? Yeah, I'll take the Shockland. Commit to Memory. If I'd taken Narset, this would have been a cool combo. I didn't, but it could still be okay. Terramander. Oh, that's like, I remember that card. Okay. 2-mana... Mutavault? Maybe. I mean, I think this is a little bit slow. I don't have any big payoffs for that. I'll just take a Mutavault. This card is like not as good as it looks, is my recollection. It does a lot of stuff, and everyone thought it was going to be broken when it came out, but then it didn't do anything. 1-mana 2/1. I'm not going to be boasting that much. 4-mana 2/3. It's an alchemy card. Bounce something, and it costs more. That's interesting. What if I just took an Esper land? No, a Bant. No, yeah, Bant. Could take the Bant land. I mean, well, I guess I don't have time to decide. Lutri? Okay, I accept. Sun Titan. No. Seal Away would be pretty nice. But you never pass... Like, what is this doing here? Pick 8. I just don't understand it. Oh, this wheeled. I was like, didn't we already see a Nicol Bolas? Answer, yes, we did, but it wheeled. Okay. I don't really see myself running Yorion, but, like, maybe? Ether Channeler's okay. I think Dauntless Bodyguard's also okay. This is a potential, like, Yorion payoff, and also it's just a nice tempo play. I don't think I'm running Jin-Gitaxias, guys. Yeah, it's going to be tough to run Yorion if I don't hit, like, if I don't hit white or blue every card. It's going to be tough to run Yorion. You barely get 60 cards, and having to run all of them is a bit of a... Or 40 cards, excuse me. Right, because you get 14 times 3 is like 42. You have to run literally everything to run Yorion. Well, actually, I mean, if I want to splash red, I don't think I'm running a Terramander. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's some reason I would splash red, and then this is nice to have. This is a 3-mana Lily, but not the 3-mana Lily. 2-mana bounce or overload to return all non-land permanents you don't control. Okay, so funny. It's a 7-mana board clear or a 2-mana bounce spell. 2-mana 2/1 flyer gives stuff indestructible. This is a kind of a shitty pack, huh? I guess I'll take the Rift. Field of Ruin, maybe? Probably not. I don't know. I think I will take it, actually. I just don't like that Rift very much. I don't remember if Sarah Paragon's actually good. I think it's not bad. But I think we take the Otawara, right? It's just a freebie. It's an island that's, like, better. Stonecoil Serpent, also playable. Impulse, I'd be happy to have, probably. We could splash red for this. That's, you know, our Steam vents, but I don't really think we should. Hermit's pretty cool. Spirit Realm, Doggo, these are all fine. Repeal is a... yeah, okay, I see. I don't really have, like, bounce effects. I have a couple, but not much. I think I like the Hermit. It's just an annoying card. I don't know. I don't think you're supposed to like the Hermit over this stuff. Let's just take more removal. How can that be bad? Myrel, okay, whatever. Don't care. Elspeth Conquers Death. Exile something. Okay, so I think I'll just take a Ganjo again. Like another, the other of the Neon Dynasty lands. Now I've got them both. You can't stop me. Disallow, that's fine. Ledger Shredder. That card is kind of nuts. I think this is the card I'm thinking of, the what I thought might be alternate art for the Bodyguard, right? They have like similar text but different stats. 3 mana, 2/3 flash flyer counterspell on ETB, but then they get it back when it dies. Huh. Could take Moldrifter. I mean, I don't know. I think Ledger Shredder, really nice to have a serious threat for 2 mana. 1 mana, 1/2 that can like give protection tricks. Legion's Landing? I don't know if I'm gonna be using the counters that much. The Siren, is this good for some reason? I love it in mono blue tempo. I played that in Constructed a bit, but I mean, I guess it's a 1 mana flyer that is also kind of a counterspell thing. I'll take it. Brainstorm. I do have some shuffle effects. 1 mana 2/1 with Enlist. When it enlists, your next creature comes with a 1/1. Okay. Second spell makes 1/1 flyers. I mean, I don't have that many shuffle effects. I'll take the Clarion Spirit, I guess. Thirst for Discovery is nice. Pass. Lorehold Command, I guess if we wanted to splash red, we could do that. This would help me splash red for... Did I already take a red card? I don't remember. I don't think so. Oh, Stonecoil Serpent is not terrible. I can't activate Lair of the Hydra because I don't have any green. Well, actually, I think one of my Triomes is green. Wow, we got back all the cards I was thinking of running. Including this one. This is too hard. It's too fast. Slow down. I gotta think. I mean, no one's ever been sad to have the companion, I think. Consider? That was the other card I was thinking of taking in that pack. Wow. Okay. These are all the cards I was thinking of taking in these packs. What's my curve look like? I don't know. I'll take a Muldrifter. I don't know. It's probably supposed to be Spellcaller. I needed a lot of time for those last few picks. Come on, hurry it up, dude. These picks should be easy. No Hangerback Walkers, please. I mean, it's not bad, but I don't feel like I need it. I get it confused with the one from Zendikar Rising. Right, Hangerback Walker actually, like, you can pay mana to put more counters on it, right? Okay, Lutri. Okay, hang on. Lutri, you gotta go in your spot of honor there, the seat of honor. So, yeah, Hangerback Walker comes with X counters, but also you can pay to put more on. But I don't know if I care that much about these Thopters. Or, like, I don't know. Okay, so we wound up with 45 cards. That seems alright. Did I take anything red that I want to use? I have 0 red spells. Is anything... So first of all, let me double check that I understand how this search function works. No? Oh, that's black. Blue is you. No. So this would work on Scryfall, I think. If I searched on Scryfall for you. Yeah, it shows me all of the cards whose rules text includes a blue mana symbol. And I was hoping I could use that to search for red mana symbols on my cards, but clearly I have blue mana. Oops. I have blue mana symbols among my cards, and this is not showing them to me, so that feature does not work. I believe I don't have any reason to run red mana here. So I just want to check that before I cut all the red lands. This is a red creature, but it doesn't require any red mana. Okay, nothing requires any red mana at all. So, Steam Vents, Inspiring Vantage, those can go. I might run the Scattered Groves anyway because of the cycling, as I remarked. This I'm certainly happy to run. And by the way, it would have maybe let me activate Lair of the Hydra. This has cycling 3. I really don't think you want to run a tap land just for cycling 3. So how are we doing on colored mana sources? Let's check that out. So in white, at the moment, if I changed nothing, cycling 2 for a tap land? It's more reasonable, but let's just cut that too. How do I scroll to the right? Hello? Arena? Down here, okay. So for white sources, I have 9. That's pretty good. For blue sources, it looks like I have 8, which is fine. Right? Just take out these 2 and put in these 2 and everything else stays the same. So 9 and 8 is okay, which means I can afford to run these colorless lands without really harming myself much. Now, there were some other lands that I could run, but I don't see any benefit to running any of them, really. Okay, fine. Curve-wise, I mean, it's kind of heavy at the top end. Certainly way too heavy for draft. Maybe fine for limited. For a cube. Lutri, would you like get out of my face? Why is Lutri's... I guess it makes sense, sort of, for him to be, like, pinned when you scroll, because he's not really in the leftmost slot. He's, like, his own thing, but I don't agree with it, and it's getting in the way. Because if I scrolled like this, I could see all my cards, except for this stupid Lutri being in the way. So, how, like... how are we winning this game? These games. How are we winning? Oh, I guess here's another way to see my whole deck. Just get rid of that excess column that you use for counting up lands. Like, Field of Ruin, it's not incredible, but opponents in Cube are much more likely than they are in Draft to have a non-basic land that's actually, like, really helpful for them. And if you can use this to hate on it, like... I don't know, Castle Lochthwain or something. I don't think that's in this cube, but maybe it is. If you can just kill that and replace it with a swamp, you know, that's a nice win. So I think it's fine to run, given that I don't need the colored mana very badly. It's nice to have that potential upside. Now, Mutavault is every creature type, right? Yes. That doesn't matter so much. I just thought it would be nice to have a land that could become a 2/2. I don't think it matters much. Do I have something that mentions creature types? Like, there's that angel, right? One of these... This one? When a non-angel creature you control, so it's actually an anti-synergy with Mutavault. Now, wait a minute. This is so weird. These two effects look like they're designed to, like, synergize with each other, but they don't, right? Oh, maybe well... So, this has Flash, right? And when it enters the battlefield, your creatures all get indestructible. So... It's like, oh, cool. The turn you play it, your creatures can't die. Like, you play it in response to a board clear or something like that. Or just in response to a combat situation where it makes sense to have your stuff not die. Cool. But when non-angels you control die, which presumably includes not this, it flips. And when it flips, it deals damage to each other creature. And so it looks like you should be able to find some way to, like, make your creatures indestructible and then flip this... to deal damage to each other creature, but yours don't die, right? But it's hard because we just gave our creatures indestructible, and so how do we get one of them to die? It's not impossible if you can, like, sacrifice one or something. But it is hard. Now, let's see. How exactly does this work with flicker effects? It should come back as the full 6-mana dude, right? I think so. Power less than... Yeah, less than. Not less than or equal. So if you play this for 4 mana, it can, like... bounce a 2-power creature. Which is not great, but it's fine. If you could play it for 4 and then flicker it, it would suddenly come back as a 6/6, and you could bounce a 5/5 or something like that. That would be very powerful. I'm not sure if Ugin actually fits that well. Like, we are playing for control, I guess. We have a few cards that are, like, making token, flyer tokens and trying to kill the enemy with that. Like Clarion Spirit, for example. But I don't really have any ways to buff those. Does it itself have flying? No, it doesn't. It's a 2-mana 2/2 that makes 1/1 flyers. Okay. And we have this 1/1 flyer here. There's Ledger Shredder. So, like, flyers and unblockables is one of the ways we could win a game. Control the board, killing their stuff, counter their spells, and bop them with a couple 1-mana flyers. That takes 10 turns or something, so it's like unlikely to finish them, but it could get them some of the way there. I don't know. This makes things into flyers, maybe. But it seems like more often it's just like board clears and counter spells into some big murder machine. But we don't really have any big murder machines, right? Kind of has to be flyers. All of our damage is flying. There's Approach of the Second Sun. That's our one big murder machine. If we could control the game long enough to cast this twice, we can win. We have like 2 ramp cards. Is that it? Or is it just 1? I know there was Restoration of Iganjo. I took something else that, while I was thinking, that felt kind of similar to that. But I guess what it was I took another Saga right after that. I took the Birth of Meletus, right? This puts it in your hand, which I guess is almost like ramp. It doesn't actually ramp you, right? You're still like playing a 1-mana card on turn 1, a 2-mana card on turn 2, and so on, and not like getting to play a 4-mana card on turn 3. But it makes sure you don't miss your land drop, which is a kind of slow version of ramp. Eventually you'll miss a land drop, and then this will ramp you. I just have no idea what this deck needs to cut. I haven't cut a single card. So what is your deal? You're a 4-mana 4/5 flyer, which is huge. And when they kill it, I can put it back in my library if I want. And my instants and sorceries that I top deck cost less. I don't have that many of those, but it still seems decent. I think Ugin can go, like... And probably this guy. He's cool with Yorion, I guess. By the way, do I actually have Yorion? Like, why do I want that? Any number of non-land permanents? Yes. So, like, I have a few things, you know, Ether Channeler, for example, that I might want to bounce. The dog. And there was something over here, right? This guy. But ultimately not that much. I think this is like a 6-mana bounce spell. I don't know. I'm not that impressed with that. And Yorion can probably go. Now we're getting a little bit more reasonable. I don't know about this guy. Like, what is the point of him? Like, obviously it's great to, like, make an 8/8 or something, but who cares? I don't know. It's playable at all stages of the game is, like, the reason that it's tempting, right? You can cast it for 2 if you really just need a 2-mana 2/2. Late in the game, you top deck it, and you're like, oh, how about a 9-mana 9/9? Like, those are all fine, but just kind of vanilla creatures don't really win games in Cube, I don't think. And now we're looking at, like, removals, board clears, and creatures that are, well, I guess there's a word for that, evasive creatures. And we just have to find, like, one more cut. Muldrifter is not that great. Especially, like, I don't have many bounce effects. I don't have none. For example, I could Sublime Epiphany my own Muldrifter if I had to. But it's more like just a 3-mana draw 2. It's just like Divination, right? It's Divination with the upside that if you have 5 mana, you can make a flyer. You know, I'm not touching the Spirit Realm on Muldrifter very often. Although, I mean, I guess you could do that. You could evoke the Muldrifter in response, touch the Spirit Realm. You spent 5 mana, you get a 2/2 flyer and draw 4 cards. So it's the same 5 mana you would have spent to just hard cast Muldrifter, but you've turned Touch the Spirit Realm into a card that says draw 2 in the meantime, which is like 2 mana draw 2 is pretty cool, but not what you want to use Touch the Spirit Realm on, probably. I kind of wish I'd taken that Ephemerate. I don't remember what I took instead. I'm sure it was something good. But I only have the one Muldrifter, right? Like, I don't actually have that much that cares about flickering. One more cut? How is this Archangel, actually? It kind of seems bad, now that I look at it. Also, for someone claiming to be blue-white control, I sure do have a lot of 2-drops. But I think they all make sense. Like, Archangel Elspeth is probably just making a 1/1, right? And then they kill it. And that's fine. It 2-for-1's a little bit, but... like, making something a flying angel, who cares? I don't want to use the -2. My stuff all flies anyway, right? So maybe that's what I can cut. Actually, just out of curiosity, how does that work with Mutavault? It gains flying. So it will have flying permanently, but that won't do anything when it's not a creature. It'll also become an angel, so that even when you make it back into being a creature again, it'll be an angel again, but like it already was, right? Because Mutavault makes it all types. I mean, obviously we're running Lutri as the companion. There's no question about that. We have a few instants and sorceries. We could activate it once or twice throughout the course of the draft. I don't know. Yeah, blue-white. Here we go. Fahim the Dream? Okay. I don't know what Fahim means. Presumably just a name? I don't like this with no blue sources. The only thing I can really do is Spirited Companion, and that's not even really doing anything. It's just making a 1/1. I think we chuck this back, especially with 2 double blue cards. This is like the same hand, but way better. See you later, Archangel. You could toss a land, but that's just too greedy. Golgari so far. That's fine. I don't want to tap land right now. And I don't need to pay 2 life. So I think it's this, right? Just start clocking in with a 3/2. Sure. Unsurprisingly, it ate a removal. That's fine. This turn, I can play a tap land comfortably. But let's play the Spirited Companion first. Or Rona. Actually, maybe Rona would be better to get online. In which case, it doesn't matter the order. Yeah, let's get the Rona. We have a few too many lands. I'd love to start filtering them away. Well, I don't know. I mean, we have some good 5 and 6 mana stuff, so it's not so bad to have a few. This to draw seems great. Okay, splashing blue maybe? Yeah, well, let's cycle a land, I guess. the plains, I suppose. It's a 3/3. Okay. Field Ruin to blow up their blue source. I guess that's a thing we could do. It's not crazy either. But I don't think it's especially good. You want to use it for lands that have some actual effect. Let's draw. Okay. Seems cool. System makes a wall and then you gain life? Yeah. Gonna swing with a 5 whatever? No. Oh, I see. But they retain the option to pay for it. Okay. So no blocks. Okay. Oh, by the way, if we had blown up their blue source, they couldn't do that. Not saying we should have done that, but an interesting thought. Okay, that's not likely to be very good right now. Rona, yeah, it's a 5/5. Okay. I mean, it might be nice to hang on to. A lot of my creatures don't really matter. Let's just dump a land. Oh no, my basic land card! Punished. I think we flip Rona and swing for 9? Seems like an okay turn. Oh, I didn't have to play that. Oh, I forgot. Because I can't pay black anyway, right? I should have hung on to this. I think of her as costing 6, but of course she doesn't. Back when I was playing Mom more regularly, I more correctly thought of her as costing 5, and then she has this upside that if you have black, you can pay 6 instead. And not lose life. X is 1. Okay, so if I sack this to counter, it would just die anyway, so I won't do that. Okay. 6 mana. I could have 7. That's not enough to copy Thirst for Discovery. But it is close. I think I just put the Lutri in hand here. And let's say blow up their blue source? Why not? I don't know. They'll just go digging for an island, I guess. Maybe they don't have one. Or they don't have any other blue cards? One of the two. So with Lutri in hand, I don't have to play this Plains, but I do want to have a lot of mana, so sure. 4 mana to make it bigger, okay. There's only artifacts or creatures.
Wild animals I like. People, not so
Reveal
much.
it and put it in hand, okay.
Come to me.
Sedgemoor Witch, okay, that's sort of whatever. Probably should have swung with the 3. No, they want the 3/3 to block for Vivian. Makes sense, okay. So 6 mana to set this all off. That seems fine. This is just creatures. So I'll put on full control, although I don't have to because Arena will... Oh, hang on. Blue, white, white. Yes. Arena will remind me. Hey, what? Oh, I hit resolve like a dummy. Okay, that's fine. I meant to activate Lutri, but maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe this was actually secretly great. It's sad to have drawn this second, of course. Because now my second spell for the turn will be this. But I guess that's okay. Gets it out on the board. I can Lutri the Sublime Epiphany if I have 9 mana. Right now I have 7. Maybe I should have dumped 2 cards instead of the land. Choose attackers none. Can you copy Lutri's effect? Copy the activated or triggered ability? No, because the first one, when you choose targets, Lutri won't exist. And the second one, Lutri's effect will have already resolved. Yeah, that would be an infinite combo if it worked, and it doesn't.
Meet my newest friend.
They found... There were islands in their deck. They chose a second forest. Oh, because of Vivian. I see. Destroy... Okay, all creatures, basically. I could bounce one of my things with this. Doesn't seem so bad, actually. This comes back at end of turn, right? Yeah, let's go for that. Let's make a flyer this time, I think. So I can start chipping away at Vivian. I mean, they're closer to dying, but we don't want Vivian's ult to go off, and I don't know. It seems good to kill her.
Scars are lessons written in skin.
Okay, it's very ominous, I guess, or supposedly deep. Let's get the colorless mana out here, because I'm not going to need this to be a creature, right? And white. I love this. I don't have one! Oh, my planes, they're all gone. 2 in the discard and 3 in play, huh? Okay, that's kind of funny. I'm running 5. You would think I would draw this before I drew all of them. But obviously I could have known.
Break someone like you.
I had drawn all of them. It doesn't matter. I mean, I need 9 mana eventually. It doesn't have to be right now. What is this? Oh, it's a 2/2 that's like really annoying. Okay. Mm-hmm. Why am I even being given priority here? None of these do anything. I don't have any abilities, do I? I'm not in full control. I'm not sure why it's offering to let me do something. Discard a card. Target permanent with mana value 2 or less. I mean, I could trade my Wrath of God for a dog. Or a Plains, if I really wanted to copy Lutri right now. No, it comes in tapped anyway. How many lands are left? 5 in my 13 card deck. Mostly islands. Maybe I actually do want to do that. Wrath of God's looking pretty bad right now. Oh, Surge Engine's pretty sweet as well. Yeah, why not? This doesn't say activate only the sorcery, right? Right.
No one knows the wilds like I do.
So it would have been nice to pick up a land, but this is also pretty cool. And I do think Wrath of God, I don't know. I mean, the creatures I have are all garbage, so maybe I should have kept the Wrath of God. And opponent's creatures are about to become insane, but I thought, like, Sublime Epiphany... I don't know. Sure. Okay, I'm a sucker. Let's see what you got. Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah. I was thinking they couldn't kill both of these, but no, they don't have 2 toughness each. So this threatens a kill. I could have blocked with these 2, I guess. But I kind of like the 1/2. Yeah, this is why I was supposed to triple block, I think. Yeah, triple block was right, because they can't... Yeah, this was a mistake. Although, I do get the creature back. That's kind of nice. Okay, here's my 9th land. Three and 6. So, okay, I draw here. I'm drawing towards my win, my win the game card. Very funny. Cycling would be cute, but getting a 9th land actually makes Sublime Epiphany go off a 2nd time. I mean, yeah, this seems kind of good. Hitting them for 5 is cute, but I only have to live a couple more turns to win, right? They're not going to be running counter spells. Let's just get rid of Vivian.
Again. The wilds are my shield.
Sholdred? Destroy my stuff. Oh, Mills 3? Oh no. Okay. So we gotta be careful that we're able to counter that. Because they want to kill my, they want to mill my approach of the second sun. Suddenly trample, suddenly their creatures are becoming a bit of a threat. Because mine are all a joke. What does this turn into? A 3/6 that draws a 3/6 Menace Death Touch that draws cards. They're close to tapped out, but they might be able to put counters on this somehow. Not very many, though, I would think. I'm just going to let this flip, because I don't care that much about a 3/6. Oh, that's not bad. But these two are insane, so... Mill how many? 3? 4? 3. I could just draw it now, I guess. Pay 6 mana. For the Shouldered? I mean... I think that seems pretty good. This even puts a counterspell up. 4, 10 lands. If I draw an untapped land, do I have any of those? Yes, they're both island. Then I can even approach the second sun and counter the counter. I need to not die this turn. That is important, but I don't think they're going to kill me, so I should probably kill Vivian, right?
Let's do
But I
this
am
again.
appreciative of the fact that I've dealt 13 damage to that Vivian, and they're at 14 right now. Maybe I could have killed them. Oh, they're... Didn't they used to have a reach creature? I blocked that, so I could have swung differently. Oh well, having the 1/3 is kind of cool anyway. Oh, and there's the... Now I could have done like... Assuming the blocks and everything else had been the same, instead of attacking Vivian, I could have attacked them, but... I mean... This is sort of fine. I'm gonna have to sack a non-token creature, this guy, let's say. And then if they activate it for 5, that would be all their mana, and what would I have to do? They would get to destroy one of my creatures. 12... They have 19 damage. Like, even if I couldn't block at all, you can have your shoulder. Yeah, that's fine. Mm-hmm. I'll flash in the Lutri, I guess. You can target anything. You can target this if you want. Oh, you're gonna target the shoulder? That's kind of funny. Okay. Alright, past blockers. So we can block 3 damage that way, we can block 3 damage that way, and we can block 2 damage that way. I'm taking 4, 5, 10, 11. That's fine. Oh, this has Menace? Okay, sure. Well, then this is a way to block 3 damage. Could also block 3 by putting it all here. But if I'm doing that, it's better to block 5 here. My turn. And see you later. That one was sort of close, right? I mean, I lost control of the board right as I was nearing the point where I won the game. If they were a little bit faster... Well, we're not casting black or green spells, sure. It also looked sort of like the Sheoldred was threatening to make me discard, or rather mill, Approach of the Second Sun. I had a counterspell in hand, and so if I hadn't had a way to draw Approach of the Second Sun, I could have countered the Sheoldred, but I didn't have to. Do you know, I think this is fine, even with no white sources. There are 9 in the deck. And the only white spell I need to cast is Wrath of God, which I won't want to cast anyway. This has 3 lands and a Ledger Shredder. What are you? 1 mana, 2/1 with Enlist. Okay, I don't like that very much. Yeah, oh my god, it is Boros time. And this is just a 2 mana 2/2, which you will enlist, of course. Jeez. This is gonna be a tough one. Fuck me. I mean, I can cast a Ledger Shredder, but it does... Well, I guess the Ledger Shredder blocks the Enlister. I could also hold up Odawara to bounce the Enlister, but I would have to either do it pre-attacks, in which case they get to attack with the 2/2, or post-enlist, in which case they get the enlist trigger again. Both sort of bad. A 2 mana 5/3 seems good for you. But okay, I can play a tap land and hold up Odawara now. Oh, it costs 3. It costs 4? Okay, that seems a bit much. I'm in dire straits. I guess that's what Wrath of God is for. What is this? 4 mana, exile 3 cards, you get it back. Okay, but that's only hitting me for 2. Oh. Right, because it was one of the 4 cards. I thought they had 4 others. They didn't. Oh, it even comes with a counter, huh? Well, I'm pretty sure I want to play the God Eternal Oketra. And I guess Field of Ruin? They could easily still kill me. Removal, swing for 3, and then I don't know what. Yeah, none of these actually win. I guess this delays a bit. Do I want this in a few turns? Probably. Okay, this no longer stalls enough. If I had an untapped land, I could play Rona and hold up... Oh, an untapped island. I could play Rona to block this. And hold up a bounce for that, but I can't do both. I guess I can play the Rona... No, but Lutri doesn't fly, so... Oh, what about this? Does this do something? No, right? I could bounce that, but I'd still take 1. And I can't make a token because it has to be a creature I control. Yeah, I don't see a way out here. Okay, well, let's at least cast the Sublime Epiphany, shall we? I feel like I was not that far off from stabilizing, right? The Wrath of God came at just the right time. Or, I mean, I don't know. It came on turn 4, which was the right time, and yet still too late. Yeah, I mean, aggro decks, I mean, the cube... If you're used to Chromatic Cube, you think every deck should be slow and splashy and stuff, but the Arena Cube has good aggro tools, and so you should run into decks like that, and that's why stuff like Settle the Wreckage, Wrath of God is good. This is fine. Consider, and then tap land, and then who knows what. Or, okay, maybe Consider and then Rona. Mirror? Sure. It's going to be tough to resolve Second Sun twice against a blue-white control deck, but I'll see what I can do. Do I have some bounce effect for this? That's a very powerful thing to do. Okay, some cool aggro or control tools there. I think I have to shock this so I make sure I have something... Okay, actually, Rona, you know, there's one thing I do not need against this deck, and it's Settle the Wreckage. Okay. Now I think we shock this to make sure I can discard a basic land. And I may as well main phase it. I don't... No, because I have a counterspell. Midnight Clock. I don't own any artifacts. It would be nice to counter that. Sort of? But I can just return it later with Epiphany, I think. Let's let that go. Creature or Planeswalker. Okay, so that's a bounce for Jacob. But not if it flips. Flipping costs 6. They could do it, but you wouldn't think they'd want to do it so early? On the other hand, they're not going to have many creatures or Planeswalkers that matter, right? Let's just get rid of those 2 cards while I can. Probably should have activated Rona first. Whoops. Yeah, it would have been better to play this land. Mistake. I guess this? Okay, hard casting the Muldrifter, fine. Alright, land go. That's a creature. Let's activate Rona first. I would like another Plains. Let's get rid of the Ether Channeler. Now I don't have any creatures to hit with this, so I'll use the one that draws. It's not incredible, but it gets some value for this. It gets me a card. Resolves. Flip and smash. I didn't have to play the land for this, but I want to. I want a land, so cancel. Yep. This is, I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to like hold up a counterspell or something. But I think smashing them for 6 seems kind of cool. gonna bounce her? Sure looks that way. No? Oh, I could sack this guy to counter the bounce, actually. Exile it. Okay, I will allow it. This guy did a great job. He took a bullet for her, right? They had enough mana to exile Rona instead, but they couldn't because I could have just sacked the bird. So even though I didn't actually activate the ability, that bird kept Rona alive. Gain control of it. Okay. Target artifact or creature. So I could take it back. Which seems reasonable. But Sublime Epiphany first is kind of funny. Actually, it doesn't really work, does it? The thing is, this is the turn I would love to cast Approach. Eh, they have enough mana they could counter. I think I'm supposed to take this back. And bring back loot. Bring in Lutri? I don't know. Can't counter that unless you have something that counters abilities, like I do actually. Doesn't this counter it? No. Does counter abilities? It does. Oh, I could use Lutri in response to this actually. That's kind of funny. Resolves? Not Lutri, Epiphany. So, yeah, that seems fine, actually, to do. It's a little tricky, though, because they could activate this at any time, so I can't go crazy with spending mana. I think I'll just play... Oh, this went... It got flipped back. I didn't realize that. Okay, that's kind of funny. Let's pick up a Plains before I run out. Oh, although countering the ability... Yes. If I counter the ability of putting on the counter, I'll be sad. If I counter the ability of, once the 12th counter is put on, do this whole shuffle thing, then it's never going to get the 12th counter again. They'll still have this as a ramp, but they won't get the redraw. Sure. Reflector Mage to bounce this and not let me recast it. Seems fine. Although I don't have much to do at the moment, and I am at 8. That resolves. This is just 2 islands or 1? It's 1 island, so 4, 9 mana. Exactly enough to Lutri and Epiphany. Okay. Resolves. Counter that activated ability, bounce. I don't know, maybe nothing. Birth of Meletus, maybe? Sure. Copy my creature, I draw a card, sure. That ability, submit one. This, submit one. This creature, I draw. Oh, I don't know, just autopay. Figure it out, will ya? It doesn't resolve because I play Lutri. Done. Autopay. If they counter the Epiphany, I'm toast. But, yeah, okay. Really sad. I don't know, maybe I was playing with fire here. Counter the Lutri too, sure. Great sadness. Yeah, I sort of forgot. I was thinking that Lutri would like copy something before they would have a chance to counter it, but no, Lutri has to resolve first. And then the copy ability has to resolve. During any of those times, they could counter. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to bounce this sooner. I still have 9 mana, though. What does this cost? 3. I could flash in a 4/4, but I kind of think... Sorry, this costs 3, yeah, so 7 and 3 I can't actually do both of, huh? But 5 and 3 or 5 and 2 I could both do. Let's get the Rona down, I guess. And try to flash this in, if they'll let me. Doesn't seem likely that they will. They've just redrawn a huge hand. Ephemerate the Muldrifter. It's drawing 4 cards. It's pretty bad. I can counter it, obviously. I guess that's fine. Well, I can try. Okay, so they're going to draw 5 cards. It's pretty bad. I'm like playing against a real blue-white control deck with my janky one. Oh, they want to bounce the Rona instead of drawing more? I guess they might overdraw. They have a lot of mana, though. Okay, I concede. Well, I guess, yeah, I'm still dead, even though this works. They're going to hit me for 2 and then 4. Even if this works, I should say, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Time Warp's pretty cool, but that's not what won them the game, right? They just had better control of what was going on at all times. I mistimed my counters, probably. I went all in on the Lutri Sublime Epiphany thing against a deck where, like, obviously that's not going to work, but I'm not sure what I was supposed to do instead. They were sort of low on cards, so maybe it could have resolved, and maybe I needed to go all in and hope it worked. What the hell? This is a sushi enemy? Bob Barker. Right? That depicts sushi, doesn't it? Okay. We're not going to get our hands this game? It's been a long time since I got this bug. My recollection is that eventually you do get your hands, so I guess I'll just pause and rejoin you guys when it's back in the game's on. We're back. I'm not quite sure what actually happened. Oh no, I closed the window. Oh, what am I doing, you idiot? I was about to restart the client because I thought there was some bug, but now I'm going to have to log back in, and I might actually miss my mulligan. Oh, hang on. You guys don't get to see my username and password? What am I thinking? Yeah, I started a new client to like launch it in case this one broke, and then it worked, and I closed the client, but I closed the wrong one. Okay, but that should be back in plenty of time to take my mulligan, I think. I only have Touch the Spirit Realm, and actually Wrath of God. You know what? That's good enough. I'll figure out how to cast these double blue cards some other time. Plus, my opponent might not be here, in which case it won't matter what I kept. Because basically what happened is, I don't know. It showed their clock ticking down while we were waiting for our hands. And then we got our hands at the same instant. It said your opponent kept 7 cards. So I don't know. Maybe they disconnected and the server was waiting on some acknowledgement from them before it could deal us both our cards somehow. So my suspicion, yeah, is that maybe opponent just isn't here. I'll pause again and let you guys know if anything happens. All right, something happened. We won the game. So, 2-2. A miracle of beautiful, excellent play. Looks insane. I guess we play Island turn 1 for Consider, and then I can shock for Meletis if I want to. Alternatively, I could Fountain tapped on 1 for Meletis on 2, and then Consider at a later date. Okay, now Ledger Shredder into Consider is looking like a good turn 3 play. Which means I think on 2, I just want to play the Birth of Meletis so I can afford to play a tap land. Okay, that's a slow start. What is this exile? A non-land permanent? Creature or planeswalker? Okay, so if they animated, I don't... Not that I think it would be incredible to just snap exile that, but like, I can't even if I wanted to. I have to wait till they crew it. That's black. Those are blue and white. Okay, Esper, probably. Oh, and now I don't even have to consider. Draw. Making the discipline play and waiting till I'm done making decisions before you trigger your draw, or what? No, you're gonna kill this in response to the trigger. Okay, that's cute. What do I not need? I mean, Island, I could maybe get away with discarding. The rest of the stuff's all pretty cool. Do I have enough blue pips for everything I want to do? 2 is probably okay. Mutavault might be handy. So when this is exiled, even, it can dodge, right? They can put it back into their library if I try to ossify it. So, worth noting. I could counter it at that later time, perhaps. This is a big problem. I mean, I think I have to play Clarion Spirit, right? And then consider or ossify. I guess I'll just ossify it, buy myself some time, and at least that way they won't get this back. If they remove the ossification, they won't get the creature. Assuming they choose to shuffle it back in. Which they did, yeah. So now the ossification is just sort of dead. But it bought me some time. And the opportunity to counter it later. Although, presumably they're also running other good spells I'd like to counter. I wish I had some way to pump all my creatures. Look at this. That's what Clarion Spirit wants you to run, but I'm not doing it. Why not Fabled Passage first? You wanted to draw a land, I guess. Or you weren't sure which land color you needed, and you thought you'd see what you drew first? Usually you crack this before drawing, so you're less likely to hit a land.
You'll never see me coming. I got someone on the inside.
What did they do? They made a 1/1. Okay. Hey, it's Oketra. First card you draw each turn. Okay, so that won't apply right now. But, no, this is phased out, yeah, so I can't attack it. Sure. This can't be blocked. I keep thinking I have more lands than I do, because this looks like 2 lands, but it's 1 enchanted land, actually. Sure. It would be way too ambitious to, like, try to hold on to this until I have a counterspell ready, right? 7 mana is way too far away. Or not ambitious, too conservative, might even be the opposite of ambitious in a way.
Now, what do we have here?
Mindstone's fine. Wrath of God isn't great for me. It's pretty fucking bad. Oh, Mutavault animates, I guess.
Oh, there will be a next
And I think I'll hang on to a counterspell rather than bringing back Lutri. Jacob Hawken. Okay. Thief of Sanity, probably no thanks. Where is their Oketra, by the way? Did they shuffle at some point? Oh, they did with Fabled Passage. I see. A Frost Titan. Okay, so it's gonna stun Oketra, I guess? When it becomes an ability... Okay, so it has Ward 2, but this was before they had Ward. Magic 11! Wow, that's old. Okay. I may reveal it. If I do, copy it and I may cast it. Oh my god. That's incredible, right? Because then this one will actually be one that wins the game. Right? Reveal, copy, you may cast the copy. The copy, you know, cast another spell. It doesn't care if it was a real card. Yes, reveal. And cast. Now they have to keep a counterspell up all game because they know I have Approach in hand. Amazing. I could animate the Mutavault, but it doesn't do anything, so pass. Oh, auto tap was wrong. I should have tapped. No, I want the Mutavault untapped. I don't threaten like double blue as a counterspell or something, but that was sick, Oketra. Thank you for that. Now this is a sorcery, which means like they can, you know, at the end of my turn, they can still cast Instance and tap out at that time. But they can't ever be tapped out during my turn, or I just win. Or I could just try casting it and like hope they don't have a counterspell. Or I could wait until I have 10 mana and counter the counter. I have 7 right now, so that'll be a while. Do you gain 7 life when you win the game, by the way? No. Okay. Untap up to 2 lands. Whew. You better pick blue and blue.
Right on schedule.
What? Okay, they haven't considered how I'll win the game.
You
I
need to
guess.
take time out.
Because the first one, you don't have to cast the real card. Oh, that's so rude. Okay, so I need to draw a land in order to win the game instantly. Oh, I should have animated. Not that it matters, I guess. I mean, I guess I'll jump for 6. I don't know. Maybe I'll have some flicker effect. I can always jump for 6 later, probably. Okay, so I forgot about this ability. Non-land permanent, huh? No, just, sorry, any permanent. Right. Okay, well, I draw. It's a land, GG. What turn was that? I mean, 21 cards, but that doesn't tell me exactly what turn it was, because there was various draws and shuffles, and, or not shuffles, but put back on topses. Yeah, okay. I wonder if they didn't know how that was going to work, or they just didn't have a counterspell, and their best play was to tap my land and hope to draw a counterspell. Obviously gross luck to have hit Approach of the Second Sun with Oketra. You guys probably missed the last game. I messed up with recording. I like cut the recording when I meant to mute. And so in the last game I got stomped by this multicolor or 5-color thing that like finished me off with Field of the Dead, Phalidar Retreat, and Atraxa, and was running enough board clears to just own the board. So I got to cast Approach of the Second Sun, but only once. Anyway, 3 wins, not bad. You know, would have preferred more. It's like 4,000 gold to enter, I think. So I got 2 back. Would have preferred more, but that's fine. I paid with gems, but same. It's the equivalent amount. Since I only use cards and gems both for entries to the same events, doesn't matter to me which is which. Yeah, 4,000. Okay. So sorry you missed the last game. If you did, I'll find out during editing whether that's the case. Either way, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.